The movie starts by showing us Mr. Mullins. We learn that Mr. Mullins made dolls. One day, while he was making dolls at home, he found a note under the door. The note said, "Find me." He picked up the note and started reading as he walked. He found another note that said, "Close." These notes were written by Mr. Mullins's daughter. Annabelle was the name of Mr. Mullins's daughter. Mr. Mullins loved his daughter very much and didn't want to lose her at any cost. But who can stop what's meant to happen? The next day, we saw his family coming back from church. On the way, their car got a flat tire. Mr. Mullins was working on his car while Annabelle was walking on the road. Just then, a car hit Annabelle on the road. Because of this, she died, and then we jump forward 12 years in the movie. We saw a nun and some orphan girls going towards Mr. Mullins's house. Their driver told them that after losing his daughter, Mr. and Mrs. Mullins were all alone. He told them they needed to be responsible for the Mullins, and they all arrived there. Mr. Mullins welcomed them. Among these orphan girls, we saw a girl whose leg had polio. Her name was Janice, and she couldn't walk properly. She is the main character of this movie. Mr. Mullins's house was quite big, and all the girls were interested in seeing it. They were very happy. Mr. Mullins told them that their room was on the first floor. However, the nun told Mr. Mullins that Janice and she would stay in a room on the ground floor because Janice couldn't walk. Mr. Mullins showed her an automatic chair that he had made for his wife, and after Janice sat on it, she easily went up to the top floor. Just then, a shadow appeared behind Janice and then disappeared. All the girls became happy and started choosing their beds. Janice looked outside and saw the numbers 5 years, 6 years, and 7 years written. Later, Mr. Mullins came to her and told her that this room would always be locked and she should not try to open it. Later, the nun was seen unpacking her things. Just then, she noticed a secret window where a lift was installed. It was strange to see a lift in a window. When the sister closed the window, it opened again by itself. The sister closed the window again, but it opened up. Meanwhile, one girl went to her sister and asked for her permission. If she could go out and play, then all the girls would ask the sister for permission, and they all went out to play. Janice was watching everything from her window. She became sad because she couldn't walk or play like that. At night, everyone was eating dinner, and we saw Mr. Mullins's wife. Just then, the door closed, and late at night, Janice found the same note. This note said the exact same thing as the notes that Mr. Mullins's daughter, Annabelle, used to give him. However, if Annabelle had died, who was writing letters to Janice? Janice followed the note and entered a room. Mr. Mullins had told her not to go there. Janice entered the room and saw many dolls and a small dollhouse. It was exactly like Mr. Mullins's house. Just then, Janice found a key to that house. This key belonged to a cupboard in the room. Janice put the key in the lock and opened the cupboard. Annabelle's doll, which looked quite dignified, was kept here. When Janice saw the doll, she closed the cupboard. Just then, the cupboard opened, and she immediately closed it again. However, it seemed like Annabelle was calling her once more. Janice dressed the doll, and when she looked outside, Mr. Mullins had seen her. Janice was going to meet Mr. Mullins. She saw that the doll was coming towards her from behind. It suddenly disappeared, and Janice became scared to see the doll again. She got very frightened and didn't know what was happening to her. She ran from there and hid in her room. After this, Mr. Mullins couldn't see her, and we saw her the next day. Outside, all the girls were playing, except for Janice, who had argued with her sister. She went into the same room that Mr. Mullins had told her not to enter. The sister explained to her that they were living in Mr. Mullins's house, and they had to follow all his rules. Later, among the orphan girls, we see the youngest girl hiding and slowly moving towards the basement door. She went near Annabelle's doll and kept staring at it. Just then, a shadow came near her, and the doll disappeared. The girl got scared and tripped, and fell down the basement stairs as she was coming out. All the other girls saw her and started laughing at her. Meanwhile, Mr. Mullins closed the secret window so that no one could enter inside. Later that evening, we meet two girls who were talking while covered in a sheet and holding a flashlight. Mr. Mullins's wife was strange. She spent the whole day in bed. It was said that she also went out at night to hunt. While the girls were talking, they heard someone walking. Both of them heard Mr. Mullins's voice. However, suddenly their flashlight went out and a scary shadow pulled them inside. They got very scared and started screaming. Hearing their screams, everyone came there. "I saw your wife," one of the two girls told Mr. Mullins. Mr. Mullins said that it was impossible because his wife had never been able to walk. Later, we see the sister going into Mrs. Mullins' room to offer her sympathy for the death of her daughter. We see Mrs. Mullins for the first time, and she was wearing a mask all the time. We would find out later why. Janice was standing outside and could hear everything clearly. Janice saw a picture of Annabelle and her doll. She took it down but kept it with her. Janice later returned to the same room. However, this time a little girl was with her. There, the little girl threw a toy at Annabelle's doll. Because of this, the doll seemed angry, and Linda got scared seeing all this. She ran out of the room, but Janice stayed inside. Janice looked at Annabelle, but it wasn't Annabelle. It was her spirit looking in the mirror. Janice told Annabelle that she could help her with anything she needed. "Tell me what you are looking for." Annabelle turned around and looked at Janice while listening to her, and she spoke with a terrified face. She changed into a strange, scary spirit. She told Janice that she needed her soul, and Janice got very scared. She tried to run away and sat on the automatic chair to do so. However, the chair flipped over, and the evil spirit pulled Janice down. Morning came, and Mr. Mullins was acting strangely with Janice. Janice told her sister that the evil spirit was trying to kill her because she was weaker than them, and her soul was weaker than others. The sister explained to Janice that even though her body was weak, her soul was much stronger than theirs. Later, Linda heard a noise coming from that room. She went near the room and then looked out the window. After sitting on the chair, she saw the doll moving. This was not normal, and she became worried. Linda was still curious to know if there was a monster in the room. She tied a rope to her toy gun and pointed it towards that room. Just then, the evil spirit snatched her gun. Linda got scared and hid in her bed. The evil spirit came and took its doll before leaving. The next morning, another strange thing happened. The sister took Annabelle outside for a walk, but then Annabelle changed into an evil spirit and threw the sister into the storeroom after taking her away. It locked her in, and Annabelle appeared and threw her blood on Janice. This showed that the ghost, pretending to be Annabelle, had entered Janice's body. When Janice's screams were heard, everyone ran to help her. On the other hand, Janice was acting like she was completely normal because the evil spirit had now lived inside Janice. The next day, Mr. Mullins went to see Linda. Linda told her the truth. Even though you told her not to, Janice went into that room and took the doll with her. Hearing this, Mr. Mullins got angry and worried. He immediately went inside the house and saw the doll sitting on the chair. He also found a note that said, "Daddy, I found you." Mr. Mullins asked why he had forbidden her, because Janice was also there. Suddenly, Janice disappeared into the darkness. Janice was also controlled by the same evil spirit. Mr. Mullins made the sign of the cross at her. The evil spirit broke Mr. Mullins' fingers one by one and then killed him. Poor Mr. Mullins was dead. When the sister heard Mr. Mullins shouting, she came inside. She reached there and found Mr. Mullins' body in a strange state. It looked like the evil spirit had sucked all the blood out of Mr. Mullins. Seeing this, all the girls were now terrified. Linda decided to throw the doll away, and she did so that night. On the other hand, the sister saw her going outside and also saw Linda when she threw the doll. As she bent down to look at the doll, she was suddenly pulled away. However, Linda was lucky that her sister came to help her. Linda and her sister went back into the house. They saw that Janice was gone and the doll was placed on the bed. The sister had no idea what was happening in the house. The sister went to Mrs. Mullins and asked about what was going on in this house. "What is happening here? Is there some dark power that is killing people?" The truth would come out. Mrs. Mullins said that after their daughter died, they started feeling very lonely. That's why they tried to bring her back. And for that, whatever they had to do, they didn't think about the possibility that the harm would be even greater. They made a mistake in recognizing their daughter's abilities. They were very happy when their daughter came back. Later, they found out that it wasn't their daughter Annabelle, but an evil spirit. Who has stolen our daughter's soul? The evil spirit is trying to enter the world through our daughter. When we realized what was happening, I tried to send the demon back by making the sign of the cross. On the other hand, the evil spirit was quite powerful. After killing her, it took out one of her eyes. After telling everything, she took off her mask. Here we see the real face of Mrs. Mullins, which was quite horrifying. Mr. Mullins had locked up the shop since then. He had collected pages from the Bible there. Later, they called the father and priests. As a result, 12 years had passed, and they had decided to help other girls in place of their daughter. Mr. Mullins had asked everyone to work together for the greater good. He had no idea that Janice would be the one to open the door. The demon would wake up again, and the girls would see Janice, who could now walk. This showed that there was an evil spirit inside her that had healed her. Janice tried to kill everyone there, and they all ran outside screaming. The sister explained to everyone the importance of staying together and staying safe. All the girls wanted to take Mrs. Mullins with them so they could take care of her. Meanwhile, when they entered her room, they found something unusual. They saw that Mrs. Mullins had already been killed by the evil spirit. After killing her, it had hung half of her body on the wall. Seeing this, all the girls got scared and ran out screaming. The sister went there to save Linda and the other girl, but Janice also arrived there. The sister started reading the Bible, and Janice threw it at her, hitting her in the mirror. The evil spirit inside Janice started teasing all the girls. One of the girls hid in a shed, and the evil spirit tried to kill her. On the other hand, Linda was trying to run away from Janice, who was behind her. She wanted to kill her, and Linda opened the secret window. Through it, she saw that the body of Mrs. Mullins, who was dead, had come back to life, and it was coming towards Linda. Linda closed the window, and the sister came to help her. Janice stabbed her sister with a knife, and after that, the sister locked Janice up in the same cupboard where the doll had been kept before. The demon started shaking the whole house. It used all its strength to get out of the cupboard, but it couldn't. The lights in the house kept turning on and off. Seeing all this, everyone started running away from the place. We see the whole house shaking. All the lights went out at once, making everything dark and silent. It seemed like the evil spirit had left the area. Later, the next day's scene shows the police arriving. The police opened the cupboard, but they only found a doll inside. Janice had disappeared from there, which meant that the evil spirit was still inside her. It started living with Janice and became independent. Later, we see a driver taking the doll away, while the other girls decided to leave the house. We see this scene later. We saw a couple who had come to adopt a small child from the orphanage. This girl was none other than Janice, whose legs had become fine. This showed that the evil spirit was still inside her body. After 12 years, we can see Janice growing up. Janice was now an adult, and her parents paid attention to her. When her father tried to check on her, Janice turned his head around. Later, she killed her mother, and after hearing these noises, she killed herself too. Their neighbor woke up, and the movie ended. Thanks for watching.